another YouTube live. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. You are the real MVP. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't forget to hit that YouTube comment. Thank you very much. Don't forget to leave a like on this live stream for your boy. It's for the algorithm. I really appreciate that. Make sure you leave a like for your boy. It's for the algorithm to YouTube know that you must be this type of content. And also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below to let everybody know that you are here watching this live stream. And also, don't forget to subscribe for more future live streams and videos like this. And also, share this video with your friends and family so they too know that the People Champ 1983 goes live on a daily basis. 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 1 o'clock p.m. West Coast, 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast, 1 o'clock West Coast. Hope everybody doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day. And slept like kings and queens last night. But we are here on a Wednesday. It's June 19th, 4:05. So you know what that means? That means that we have less than 10 minutes away for 4:20 p.m. So if of you guys, if you want to join in on the session, I will get ready right now. So make sure you got everything ready from your blunts, your bowl, your blunts, and your joints. Make sure you got everything rolled up and packed. Make sure your devices charged up, like your puff code, like your pens, and your gravity bongs. Make sure you got your everything packed. Make sure you're getting everything ground up so you can pack your bowls and your bone whippers. Because at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time, 1 o'clock p.m. West Coast, we about to get it in at the same damn time. As you can tell by the title, I have dropped new music today. So if you guys want to check it out, go to my TikTok page to check out my new music. I did a remix to Usher called "There Goes My Baby." I did a freestyle on it, and then have them finish off the rest. Ha- And let's check the status, shall we? I had put this up at midnight, after midnight, earlier today. As you can see, I had posted this June 19th of 05 a.m. So far, it gotten over 5,000 views, 5,341 views, 447 likes, 2 shares, and 24 shares. Let me see. Within within less than 24 hours, with only 2 hours of playtime, already up to 5,000. I was already up to 5,000. Um, I was up to 5,000 views. It's it definitely surpassed all of the piano edition acapella that I did on that YouTube on that TikTok easily, because they are the ones that up to 4K views. So for that to reach all the way up to 5K views within the before the it even reached 10 hours. It's not even it haven't even been for 10 hours, guys. It's only been up since. I mean, it has been. It's only been up for like 10 hours. Yeah, it's already up to 5K. So shout out to y'all. If you didn't check out, if you check it out, I mean, if you didn't check out, the song is called "There Goes My Baby," featuring Usher. Even and shout out to Life Being Des. Even Life Being Des have liked has liked and check out the music video. I'm gonna check out the music. So shout out to Life Being Des for showing love. Even she have liked the music. Shout out to Latif, shout out to you, Latif. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. You are the real MVP. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. Hope you are doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day, and have slept like kings and queens last night. And hope you are staying hydrated during the hot summer days like this. Even though summer is going to be officially here this coming weekend, this Saturday, it's supposed to be the official summer. Pretty girls love Usher. I know, right? And I could definitely. That's exactly why I picked this song to be part of the Women Crush Wednesday. Cause I know the ladies love Usher, and what better way to showcase on the Women Crush Wednesday is by having Usher on the track. On, over 5K views. That's what that's what I was like. All I gotta do is, and oh yeah, and by the way, I'm going to also show you guys. And I also have reached over 25K likes. I just reached over 25K likes, and I'm only five followers away from 2,300 followers. And as soon as I reach 2,300 followers, that's when I will make and drop the song with 23, featuring Miley Cyrus, Wiz Khalifa, and um, uh, Juicy J. So make sure you stay tuned. As soon as I reach 2,300 followers, that's when I'm going to make and drop the song called 23, and make it a hit like I did with the Usher song that got reached over 5K views. Cause like I said, all my other piano playing videos is at 4K, and that one only been up since not even 24 hours, and it's already up to 5K views, surpassing the other ones that been there for days. And that one just only been there for a minute. It's already up to 5K. I was like, dang. That's why we are here to celebrate, ladies and gentlemen, on this 420 hit. As soon as it arrives, celebrate of me having a hit song that reached over to 5K, almost on the urge of 10K views. So that's a major accomplishment for me, especially for me, because I am still new to the music game, and for me to have a song that reached over 5K within the span of 24 hours is a huge accomplishment in my book. So, and also, ladies and gentlemen, earlier I have did a review. If you didn't check it out, I did a review and testing of the sour diesel. I did a sour diesel review earlier today at noon. So if you didn't check it out, I advise you guys to go back and check out the sour diesel testing and review I did. I lived live earlier today. So right after this live stream, you can go check out and go back and watch that review, and let me know what you think about it. And speaking of Wiz Khalifa, I heard that Wiz Khalifa is expecting another baby by his new girlfriend. There was showing it on the Shade Room of Wiz Khalifa and his boo having expecting a baby, and then you see him with Amber Rose and their son. Shout out to Wiz. He about to become a 2-time dad. But we got 5 minutes away for 420, guys. So make sure you guys are ready. But yeah, Wiz Khalifa about to be another dad. Okay, there we go. Hold up a second, guys. There we go. There we go. Look at it. Wiz Khalifa got it. There goes Boo Dang. See them having them expecting a baby girl. Look at that. Except looks like Wiz and are having a time at their baby shower. Looks like their daughter's name will be Candace. Candace, something like that. There they go. What's up, Musi? Thank you for joining me on this live stream. You're the real MVP. Hope you have slept like a king last night and do well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day. And we are just in time because we are 2 minutes away for 420 because it is 4:18. So make sure we got everything ready right now because we are less than 2 minutes away for 420. Hope everybody else has slept like a king and queens last night and doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this Wednesday. And stay hydrated during this hot and summer day, even though the summer doesn't officially start until Saturday. The temperature is already here, so make sure you'll stay hydrated during the stretch. Of course, I got my of course, I've had my sour diesel on deck. Shout out to sour diesel. You got 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute. So let's get into it. And we also going to talk about the trial. I remember somebody was saying that they wanted me to do the trial of the Young Thug. So we're going to also talk about the Young Thug trial that's going on. So we're going to discuss that as well. So stay tuned for that. So everybody's getting ready right now because we about a few seconds away for 420. So we on the countdown is on, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, hope everybody doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day, and step like a king and queen last night. And if anybody had told you yet you're a smart, beautiful, kind, and wise, you're the most important thing on this earth, don't let anybody tell you you're different. You have lots to offer. That means you, and you. Don't let anybody tell you you're different. We are special in our own way. You special, I'm special. We are special in our own way. Let's make us special, unique. And speak of special and unique, guess what time it is, guys? It's 420. It's 420, guys. Hope y'all ready to get busy. Cheers, gang. Ooh. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm. This is a sativa, by the way. This is a sativa. So definitely, it's supposed to give you um, inspiration. It's supposed to give you energetic. It's supposed to help you with your creativity. That's the effects of the sour diesel. Creativity, energetic, and mm, also inspiration. Inspiration. It's the sound. It's the effects of it. Cheers, gang. Mm. Ooh, sweating. Woo. Tell you guys, we could do a lot more with having these. Check these out. This one's Royal OG Sour Diesel. I tell you guys, you could do a lot more with these than you can with just this. Because with this, with these, you can fill as many of these as you want. With these, you can fill as many of these as you want. Which is versus you buying this over and over and over again. You can buy these and fill these up as much as you want. And you can also eat it as is. You can also put it in your bowl with your flour. Put it in your bone with your flour. Wrap it in the joint with your flour. Wrap it in your joint with your flour. Your blunt with your flour. You can also make moon rocks with it too, guys. You can also make moon rocks with these. All you need is Keith and the green, and and this is the wax right here. This is how you make. You can make yeah. You can make your own personal um moon rocks with these. See how much this was. You could tell this. You could tell that I did a review on it just today because this still have. This is all the way full. And you could tell this has been used up. Cause see how much of this compared to this. This is halfway done. This is still full. Just only filled it up one time for the one time. But cheers, gang. Mm. There we go. And also, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I also learned more how to play. I know how to play more into your favorite artists' beats when it comes to the piano. I know some of it now. One of them is, as you know, I don't know if you let's say if you know if you're familiar with this beat. How about that? Let's see if you're familiar with this beat. To tell you how much practicing I've been doing with the piano. There you go. Can you hear it? Okay. All right. There you go. What beat is that? Everybody knows? Can anybody tell me what beat is that? let's try this one more time. Yes. Son. That's how you know your boy be people shutting out your baby practice on the piano. And then how about this? go. That's as far as the music goes. That's how you stay. Um, that's how you get better. Is by what? Practice, 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 practice makes perfect. And you can sound like this. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. About this beat. Did anybody know what this beat remind you of? Let's say about if let's say if you are familiar with this beat. Okay. Did that beat sound familiar to you guys? What that beat sound like to you? The song is done, the song is done something wrong. And it's another beat. I know. It's another beat that I learned. Another beat I learned. Hey, look who's just joined the party, guys. It's what you doing here, cat? What you want? Cut this, but lay back down. Brother, let me find out. But yeah, this what I've been doing on a daily basis is practicing with the piano beats, learning how to play different beats to different your favorite artists' music, like Beyonce. As you can see, um, Kanye West. Shout out to Kanye West. I did one for Beyonce, and the one with Ariana Grande, and Carly B, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I know some of them songs. And um shout out to Life Being Des. Shout out to Life Being Des. Hope you all doing well physically, mentally, emotionally this day. It felt like a queen last night. And now she realizing that moving to LA is a huge mistake because she's now realizing all the crimes that be taken over in LA due to lawlessness that have been taking over the LA. It's due to um how you call it? It's due to them defunding the police. That LA had completely defunded the police in favor of budget cuts. If you guys didn't know and catch the video, that they make a whole news it was making on the news that L.A. The mayor of L.A. has officially defunded the police due to budget cuts. They are cutting the police from L.A., making it even more dangerous to be in L.A. due to lack of police.
Will be closed. Our investigative reporter Eric.
Big budget cuts that are coming to the LAPD. The NBC4I team was first to report last week about how some of the detective units in the department will be shut down.
Now the chief says more people will have to submit traffic and crime reports online, and a homeless outreach unit
Did we
will
watch
be
NST?
closed. Our investigative reporter
Yeah, I miss
Leonard
NST
joins us
too.
with more on that.
This is not a desired course of action.
Chief Moore has detailed more of how he plans to cut 350 job positions to adapt to the $150 million defunding ordered by the mayor and city council.
We'll be disbanding our HOPE teams and some other specialized resources.
Officers who work the homeless outreach details, the HOPE teams, will now move to other jobs. Officers from the Metropolitan Division will be reassigned to neighborhoods to help deal with street violence, and more people will have to file their own police reports online.
For instance, the traffic collision reports, those are about 40,000 reports a year that will be shifted to an online portal.
Police station lobbies will be closed nights and weekends. Jails at some area police stations may also be shut down because of a hiring freeze. That could mean officers are off the streets for hours after each arrest.
If we cannot continue to hire detention officers, I'll be forced to shut down area station jails such as Harbor, Pacific, Hollywood.
Now, last week, we told you that the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division would be closing its unit that focuses on complex and high-profile sex crimes. That and many of these other changes the chief just described take effect after the first of the year. Now, one place where the LAPD may be doing more is in enforcement of new public health restrictions because of the resurgence of the coronavirus pandemic. Chief Moore said today officers will help make compliance checks on businesses after hours that are supposed to be closed. Enforcement during the day will be left to other agencies. Reporting live, I'm investigative reporter Eric Leonard, NBC4 News. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you for that.
This cleansing bomb truly.
He said they did that on the TV show The Chi, and the people became their own police. I don't think they could handle it in real life, can they? Well, no, I don't think they could handle that in real life because, as you can see, more innocent people have found themselves getting caught in the crossfire due to these reckless gun violence that's been happening in LA. It came even worse to the point where I think a Secret Service got robbed in LA, if I'm not mistaken. There we go.
A U.S. Secret Service agent who was here for President Biden's visit to L.A. was robbed at gunpoint. Officials say the agent had just finished work when the armed robbery happened. Let's go live to Fox 11's Ed Laskos in Tustin tonight with the latest. Ed?
And Marla, all of this going down in this quiet upscale community, and if that's not enough, the neighbors now finding out that the one firing the gun shooting is a federal agent, a Secret Service agent. Watch. Gunfire in the affluent Tuscan Fields community off Edinger Ave. We now know it is an armed robbery and the target, a federal agent.
The community here is really shocked. They're just really surprised because it's a very quiet neighborhood and nothing really happens here. You know, we get the occasional porch pirate.
Only this is no porch pirate, and the victim is no helpless neighbor. It is a U.S. Secret Service agent, robbed at gunpoint.
We found out that it was like a Secret Service agent. It was like a shooting or something of that nature.
You said Secret Service got
Yeah,
robbed
it's
at
really,
gunpoint.
it was really strange, really crazy.
And it gets even crazier. There is gunfire. The agent is the one who opens fire on the robber.
I'm certainly glad it was him instead of me. At least he had the ability to take some defensive action.
These orange cones now turn to evidence markers placed on the ground by the spent shell casings. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 6 of them in all.
Definitely heard a lot of, I thought it was fireworks because it's almost 4th of July.
Yeah.
And it was maybe about 5 or 6, I thought, shots that I heard.
Not sure if the robber is hit. He grabs the agent's bag and then drives off in his getaway car. Here it is from nearby security cameras. It is a 2004-06 silver Infiniti FX35. The Secret Service now out confirming it is one of their agents, but not the ones assigned to the protection detail for President Biden's L.A. visit last Saturday. Instead, the agent involved in the shooting, off duty at the time, returning from an assignment. Still, gunfire here, and from a Fed, more than leaving its marks.
Kind of puts us on edge a little bit, but obviously we have caring neighbors here, and so we feel safe. You know, I think this is a one-off incident.
Now, that's what they're hoping. Another neighbor saying it's really a sign that something like this could happen anywhere. Doesn't make a difference, she said. So as the investigation goes on tonight, they are still trying to find that robber to see if he was hit by gunfire, to see if the agent was a good shot. They're also trying to find that getaway car. And the neighbors around here, as they say, just trying to catch their breath, hoping this won't happen again. For now, we're live here in Tustin. Back to the west side we go.
And they're still looking for the guy. Wow. We found out that they found out that they shoot the guy and they're still looking for him. See, all because of they decided to defund the police. Now that because they decided to defund the police, now the robbers is pretty much run rapidly all over LA. To the point where even the Secret Service agent getting robbed at gunpoint. At gunpoint, y'all. That's crazy. So I see a video said that you're going to get a month up and rob. You're working for a Secret Service with these people on. I don't know, right? That. It's like what's it called? It's got what's it called? I think the whole world is going crazy. I think the whole world is going crazy. Cause like, it's like even if it came to the point where even police is not safe to be out there because even criminals are shooting at the cops. Look,
After being robbed at
it's happening and get this, it happened during Biden's visit to California. Did you know that it happened during the visit in California when Biden was there? Secret Service agent robbed at gunpoint during Biden's visit to California. Wow. We found out
Gunpoint in Tustin. The agent, who was off duty at the time, had his bag stolen Saturday night. Police say the robber was driving a silver Infiniti. The agent fired one shot, but the suspect managed to get away. Not known if that suspect was injured. This happened over the weekend during a campaign fundraiser for President Joe Biden in downtown L.A. Tustin police say there was no known threat to the public. Again, that Secret Service agent off duty at the time. No comment from the Secret Service.
They found out they're looking for Biden for real. That's
Not
why.
everyone's
That's why.
life
That's why.
runs in straight.
They found out they were looking for Biden, and they're getting the service, Secret Service. Kids not lit, right? And you wonder why kids, and they wonder why kids are in the house glued to their phones, because look what's going on out in the world, full of gun violence. So would you rather have these kids doing, Mr. Expert? You rather have these kids be out here be caught in the crossfire because you guys want to defund the police in the favor of funding 2 wars that Joe Biden loved to say that he is funded. That's how you know. That's how you know that Joe Biden is a straight criminal. Because why would he fund 2 wars, but then because he funded 2 wars, force budget cuts on every jobs? Now that people are forced to lose their jobs, it's due to budget cuts. Every job is forced to cut their costs, to cut their employees due to budget cuts in favor of this war. And now that I heard that they are even bringing back the draft and have people get drafted between the ages of 24 and between 19 and 24. They're bringing back the draft. You have to be either 19, between the age of 19 or 24 to get drafted. Now they're bringing back the random draft. The return of the draft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Goshen Prepping. The military is preparing for war. They have not been hiding that. They've been making that very clear.
Look.
Hey everybody, welcome to Goshen Prepping. The military is preparing for war. They have not been hiding that. They've been making that very clear. It is inevitable. In fact, that's the direction we're heading. But the question is, do we have the manpower now to wage a war if it does happen? From Council on Foreign Relations, the uncertain future of the U.S. military's all-volunteer force. I think most people know this. The U.S. military has a manpower problem for sure. And it's not just due to today's recruiting shortages. They're saying it's time for a comprehensive plan to solve the personnel shortfalls. And there's always certain questions on this channel that I get asked by viewers. And one of those questions is always about conscriptions, the draft, the coming draft. It's what people are talking about, not just in the channel, but you know what's on the mind of people across the country as well. The mind of obviously parents and grandparents, because they look at their kids or grandkids, those kids they love, sending off to a war. Of course, a war a lot of them do not believe in, or they think possibly might be orchestrated. It very well might be. And sending kids into that, it just breaks your heart even thinking about it. But either way, with the war coming, this draft or conscription is inevitable. And it's interesting looking at Google Trends, if you look at conscription, of course, people have...
Now that think about bringing back the draft, because your corrupt President Joe Biden was still there up, and this is how you know that these people is corrupt and full of hatred, is because while the rest of the world for years, you hear the rest of the world been praying for war or peace in the Middle East. Meanwhile, your corrupt leaders have been planning World War III since day one, to the point where they even create bunkers for the super rich. Y'all remember how many times you heard about the bunkers made for the super rich? Bunkers for the super rich.
Bunkers for the super rich.
Check out this video, guys. All by design, because your corrupt president wants to go to war. Knowing that it's going to equal to nuclear weapons that damn near every war leader possesses, including China, Russia, North Korea, India. They have possessed access to nuclear weapons. And yet Joe Biden wants to go to war. And not Carson Armageddon. But that's your president, though.
Any potential no one knows exactly what the future has in store. But one startup company says avoiding threats from any potential natural disasters, viruses, and wars doesn't have to come at the expense of your comfort. This is an Oppidum, a type of luxury doomsday bunker that could soon be underneath the mansions of some of the world's richest people.
Oppidum creates underground living spaces that are highly secure and completely discreet, yet beautifully appointed and entirely bespoke.
Oppidum is the Latin term for fortified settlement, and that's exactly what this is and much more. Company officials say each bunker is air and gas tight, allowing those inside to be completely cut off from the atmosphere outside for up to a month. The shelters are also armed with the technology to make their own water, air, and energy, while coming with the chicest amenities.
Whatever is happening in the world outside, you can rest easy and live fully in times of tranquility and in times of unrest.
But these bunkers aren't just meant to keep people safe.
We want Oppidum to bring added value for everyday peacetime use of the property. And then there goes the secure storage. Private art gallery that enables the owner to safely store their art, similar like in a bank and vault, with the difference that they can enjoy it every day while at their residence.
Wondering if an Oppidum is in reach for you? Well, officials say if you have a net worth of more than $100 million and can shell out at least $10 million for a bunker, could be yours. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News. All right.
Culligan softeners reduce hard water buildup, turning your home's water into the art of a long-lasting clean.
Now, ever since Joe Biden has announced that he is planning on going on war, which is going to cost an Armageddon, that's why these super rich have been advertising bunkers, as you see on the news, for the super rich, in case Joe Biden do decide to go to war. Look, Joe Biden Armageddon.
Joe Biden Armageddon.
Look, and once again, just like Joe Biden loves to do, just like he did with the COVID, and just like he did with the gas prices, guess who he blames it on? That's right, Vladimir Putin.
As Ukraine succeeds on the battlefield, Vladimir Putin is becoming embarrassed and pushed into a corner. And I wonder, Mr. President, what you would say to him if he is considering using chemical or tactical nuclear weapons.
Don't. It would change the face of war unlike anything since World War II.
And the consequences of that would be what? What would the U.S. response be?
Do you think I would tell you if I knew exactly what it would be? Of course I'm not going to tell you. It'll be consequential. they'll become more of a pariah in the world than they ever have been. And depending on the extent of what they do will determine what response would occur.
Wow. Now, everybody knows that the only reason why we're going to this war is because of Joe Biden and his policies. Nobody is agreeing to his policies, especially people outside the United States, including Vladimir Putin. That's why he is threatening war. That's why he's threatening nuclear weapons on the United States, as well as North Korea, as well as China, because of the policies that is set by your President of the United States, Joe Biden. Everybody knows that because of his policies that be placed by Joe Biden, it's the reason why we are dealing with inflation that is not just affecting the United States, it's also affecting the entire planet, because everybody is going by the almighty dollar of the U.S. dollar, because supposedly the dollar is supposed to be, the U.S. dollar is supposed to be greater than everybody else's dollar. It's literally, but now ever since the dollar has been falling, it takes other people's country money millions of dollars just to equal to the U.S. $1. Millions of dollars equal to $1 U.S. dollar. That's how degrading the U.S. dollar has become. But ever since Joe Biden became president, now next thing you know, every country on this planet is threatened to nuke the United States, including Vladimir Putin.
Nuclear weapons is raising new concerns about the war in Ukraine. The president warned on Thursday that he takes Putin's threats seriously and that the world is closer to Armageddon.
Oh my
This
God.
as a counteroffensive by Ukrainian forces has Russia losing ground and its military on the run, as Charlie mentioned.
So that
Christina
was closer
Ruffini
to
has the very
Armageddon.
latest from the White House. Christina, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. Well, President Biden didn't respond to our shouted questions about those remarks yesterday as he boarded Marine One, but that same language is now being used by the Ukrainian president, who said in an interview he believes Russian officials are laying the groundwork with the Russian public for a potential possible future use of nuclear weapons.
I think that it's dangerous even to speak about it.
In an interview with the BBC, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said he doesn't know if Russia will use nuclear weapons, but he and President Biden agree on the consequences.
I agree it is an Armageddon. It is the risk for the whole planet.
That word first uttered this week by President Biden at a closed-door Democratic fundraiser in New York, where he said, quote, "I don't think there's any such thing as the ability to easily use a tactical nuclear weapon and not end up with Armageddon, the risk of which, he added, the world hasn't faced since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis." Russia has an estimated 1,000 to 2,000 short-range nuclear weapons at storage sites around the country, including one close to the Ukrainian border. They could be launched from an aircraft, from the sea, or from the ground by a nuclear artillery shell. Here's one being tested by the U.S. Army in the 1950s.
This would be a serious mistake by Putin, but he needs to know that in advance so we can stop it from happening in the first place.
Congressman Mike McCall is the top Republican on the House Foreign Affairs Committee.
If we see any indication from the intelligence community that he is taking steps forward to launch a nuclear threat into Ukraine, I think we need to show that to the world.
The White House says President Biden's comments were not prompted by any specific evidence. A White House official tells us just a growing concern about Putin's rhetoric, which that individual called, quote, reckless and irresponsible. Now, in that same interview, President Zelensky was asked if Ukraine wins the war, does he think Putin survives? After pausing for a second, he said, quote, I don't care. Dana?
See?
I'll take it. Thank you, Christina.
This is why the world is doomed, ladies and gentlemen. This is why the world is absolutely doomed, because of who we have in the White House. Notice that when Donald Trump was in office, there was no threat of World War III. But yet, when Obama was in office, and Joe Biden was his vice president, that's all we was getting was bunch of threats from all over the country, from overseas. Every time we turn around, there's some type of either mass shooting or some type of a bombing, Boston bombing, under Barack Obama watch. And now we're doing with it with Joe Biden. And yet you're wondering why this country is in terrible, terrible shape. It's because of who you guys elected as your president of the United States. All because y'all think that Joe Biden, all because y'all agree that Donald Trump is racist. But yet instead of electing somebody who isn't racist, you elected another racist into office named Joe Biden. Which don't make no sense, because why would you not vote for Trump because he's racist, but vote for Biden knowing that he is racist? Makes a hell of a lot of sense, doesn't it? Joe Biden, racist history.
Joe Biden, racist history.
Slavery in the U.S. Symbolic shift away from the rhetoric of the Trump era. But many have forgotten this moment during the 2019 Democratic primary.
And I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden. I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and it was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Despite insisting that she wasn't calling Biden racist, Harris was in fact accused.
And don't forget about all the racist comments that was made by Joe Biden. All right, by the way, hope everybody doing well. Please take a mention and what's on this day. Stop making this last night. And take another hit of this. Cheers, gang. Cheers. After this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to go for a Walmart run. Have to pick up some stuff for Walmart for dessert to keep myself cool in this summer heat. Got myself ice cream so I could keep myself cool during the hot summer days like this. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. It's all the things that was said by Joe Biden with far as him being and him and racist history. Take us out.
What?
Clippers called for it.
Of course he should apologize. He knows better. There's not a racist bone in my body. I've been involved in civil rights my whole career.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. Am I not joking?
The world is different. There's too much unfinished business for us to just look backwards. We have to look to the future.
I know Joe. We know Joe. But most importantly, Joe knows us. That's right.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Oh my
They look
God.
at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Wow.
Even call centers, which rushed over.
You voted for Trump because it's racist. I get it. You wonder why this country is still dealing with racism. You wonder why this country is still dealing with racism. It's because you literally voted a racist in office. Just saying. And then, not to mention, his whole son, has been convicted into as now a 3-time felon to Joe Biden's son. And before we talk about the young thug on trial, let's go. Before we lead into that, Joe Biden's son has now become a 3-time felon.
From midnight tweets to drinking bleach.
Drinking bleach. It is exactly why I didn't want to vote for Trump or Biden, by the way. It's because everybody loves to forgive and to forget. For instance, with Donald Trump, everybody forget that bleach incident he says about how to get rid of COVID. And everybody forgot about how Donald Trump mentioned about how he think that the virus, he think that the COVID came from China, but really it came from it was made by the help of Dr. Anthony Fauci. Which he got caught lying on the oath, by the way. Joe Biden's son is now a convicted felon.
Awaiting potential reaction from prosecutors, defense attorneys, and even perhaps Hunter Biden himself. We do know that
found guilty
as the
of
verdict
all
was
3
being
felony
read,
charges.
he stared straight ahead,
So he was a
showing
3-time
very
felon.
little emotion. The judge has now excused jurors. We do want to bring in attorney Jeremy Rosenthal to break all of this down. Jeremy, we have learned that the jury has found Hunter Biden guilty on all 3 felony charges, really only deliberating for about 3 hours. What is your reaction?
Not surprised in the least.
Who says not surprised?
Hunter Biden was prepared to not necessarily plead guilty to this, but accept responsibility in exchange for the tax deal that was bounced by the judge a while ago. Every once in a while, you have to try a case just because that was the situation here. The evidence was pretty overwhelming. Hunter Biden and his team gave it their best shot. The jury, it sounds like they deliberated a little bit. This is about what I think most folks would have expected here.
So what happens next? Again, Hunter Biden is a first-time offender. He faces a maximum of 25 years in prison, but first-time offenders do not often see the maximum.
What's going to happen at this point is the court's going to do what's called a pre-sentence investigation. The federal government goes by what's called the federal sentencing guidelines. So the statute provides a penalty that's up to 25 years. However, the guidelines are not mandatory, but it's a big matrix is what it is. And you score points by having a criminal history. You score points based on the type of offense there was. You score other points in certain instances if you were an organizer of a conspiracy. He's not going to score very high really on any of these. So in this instance, the pre-sentence investigation is going to tell the judge what the guideline ranges are, and in all likelihood, the judge follows those. I would be surprised if it's any more than 18 months at most. It's even possible he could get federal probation here.
And that's what I was going to ask you is, will he actually see the inside of a prison, or would it be more likely that he were to serve house arrest?
Federal probation is rare, and federal house arrest is, I think, going to at best be a case-by-case basis. I think that's doubtful too. You might see that in state court of New York, for instance. Michael Cohen was given house arrest. Donald Trump, one of the things on the table for him is potentially house arrest. But federal in the feds, probation is fairly rare. Again, I'm anticipating a punishment 6 months, maybe 12, at most 18 months. Now, one caveat for Hunter Biden is that because now he's got a criminal history and he still has that federal tax charge to pay, where he again was expected to plead guilty to it. So I think the evidence in that case is going to be pretty difficult against him. His guideline range for that offense is going to be bumped up just slightly. So now he's looking at more time on that tax charge.
Let's say the judge actually does sentence him to prison time. Where might he serve?
That's anybody's guess. The federal government sentences you where you fit most. I mean, they do assessments based on what type of offender you are, what type of crime you are. Are you a gang member? They do all those types of calculations, and then they find the best place. Given that this is, it'll be interesting to see if they classify this more as a weapons offense as compared to a drug offense, because drug offenders probably going to get treated a little differently, you would think, than a violent offender. That said, I do think that the idea of Club Fed is kind of a bit of a myth these days. The federal pen sucks. Just ask Martha Stewart or anybody who's been there. There's no really good federal institution to be incarcerated in.
And also on that front, Hunter Biden is not any ordinary citizen. He is the son of the current president of the United States. Does that play a role in where he is assigned and how he is assigned? You know, he does have a very high profile. Could he be a target? All of these questions. What happens? Again, this is historic. This has never happened before. So what are the conversations being had right now, and how could that impact what happens?
That's a really good question. When you have an offender who has got a profile like this or needs a little more protection than another inmate, that can certainly impact their placement. So those are certainly things that I think the government is taking into consideration. Jails and prisons get sued very regularly, very frequently. The vast majority of those lawsuits are meritless, but some of them are pretty good. And prison's a dangerous place. I believe, I'm going to quote Mother Teresa, and I read this on the internet, so I know what she said is true. You can judge a society by how they treat their inmates and how they treat their prisoners. In the United States, it's no fun to be a prisoner. Prison is difficult on every level. That said, we're better than any place in the world. Lawsuits that get brought against jails.
Jeremy,
and
I do
prisons.
want to
Them
pause
said,
right
yeah.
here. I want to show folks right here, and I did want to share this with you. As you can see, First Lady Jill Biden.
See. Even Joe Biden's son is corrupted. That should show you everything you need to know about the Biden family. If the son is a 3-time felon, it's able to become a 3-time felon. And he's supposed to be the president's son. What did it say about Joe Biden? What did it say about Joe Biden? Huh? Because Joe Biden, it's like the saying goes, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Because Joe Biden is no different. Let's talk about the trial that happened. Speaking of trial, somebody requested let's talk about the trial of the Young Doves trial.
One of the biggest threats to our kids.
So let's talk about the Young Dove trial. When did the trial of Young Dove started? When did the trial of Young Dove started? Okay, it says Young Dove has spent more than a year in jail waiting trial and has waited through nearly a year for jury selection. Finally, after 2022 indictment, the YSL RICO trial kicked off with opening statement. So looks like he finally has finally got a year finally got the trial after waiting for years. Finally got the trial going. And so what I heard, I heard that with the reason for that is because the judge is like supposed to be like corrupted, and that's the reason why the trial took so long to happen. I don't know if it's true or not. Let me know in the comment section down below. You do think it's true? That you think that the judge is corrupted, is crooked? It's the reason why it took so long for the trial to happen? It's that.
And that it was Kel, he was standing on top of a roof and shooting inside.
I probably did.
I need to know, do you remember telling him that or you don't remember telling him that?
When Detective Thorpe questioned me about what happened, I thought I was in there about 5 minutes. I thought I walked in, walked back out. So I don't know what I don't told him. I can't remember what I don't told him.
So you say you don't remember telling him about what happened?
But if he said that I told him that, I'm telling you right now, I told him that.
Wow.
So can you start asking me what I supposed to told Detective Thorpe? Because I'm telling you now, if he said that I said anything about anything, I'm telling you, more likely I probably did.
Right, well I want to ask you about all the things that you talked to Detective Thorpe about.
So it looks like you tried to get him to confess everything that he told the officers, and apparently the word gave back to what he said, and he's denying it. Look at this guy. That's under trial.
Did you also tell Detective Thorpe about the Friday before Nutt was killed?
I guess.
I
On
guess.
the Friday that Nutt was killed, were
Go
you
ahead.
with the Friday evening before Nutt was killed?
No, you just said it earlier. Was I at the house? I said yes.
Talking about the Friday evening before Nutt was killed.
Damn.
I can't recall. I don't know where I don't told Detective Thorpe.
I'm asking you, whether you remember yourself.
Sit there, he remember himself.
When I think back about 2015, all I remember was getting a call saying that Nutt was killed and I was responsible for it. And only thing besides that is people showing up at my folks' houses. Details about what happened, all this stuff been blinked out my mind. Like, it been blinked out my mind.
In that same January 2000 interview, you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you were with Thug and you were at DJ Drama's studio.
I probably did.
Do you remember telling him, or you don't recall telling him? I didn't
If Detective Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
He said Detective said it, I said it. And, well, it looks like he's not trying to deny nothing. Because they know that they had evidence against him, so he can't even say, no, I didn't say that. So that's the only thing he can say is, if he said I said it, then I said it, I said it then. This is exactly another reason why people are looking at rappers with a side eye, because they are saying that rappers are the reason why society is the way it is today, as far as gun violence. Because every time you listen to one of their music videos, every time you listen to one of their music, what's the main thing they love to promote? And one of the main things they love to promote, we come to these rappers, they even call themselves the drill rappers, DRILL, drill rappers. Now, what's the definition of a drill rapper? It said jurors are excluded from court today. The proceeding becomes after Young Thug lawyer Brian Steele filed a motion to recruit Judge Yorrell from the trial on Monday. Because all they do is commit criminal activities and then brag about it in their songs, and then expect everybody to not pay attention to that, while at the same time brag about it in your songs, saying, look how many guns I got, look how many people have unalive, but then tell everybody else to not snitch, to stop snitching. Tell everybody else to stop snitching, but then once again turn around and snitch on yourself through your own songs, like a Young Thug. Because Young Thug, it's like all these rappers seem like they have a habit of bragging about it through their songs. And I remember Jay-Z even wanted to be a law to not have the rappers word against them in the court of law, because that's all they do is talk about drugs, money, and guns. That's all they talk about: drug, money, and guns, and women. It's either drugs, money, guns, or women. That's all they rap about. There's nothing positive they could rap about besides those four elements. Either they're rapping about drugs, or they're rapping about guns, or rapping about guns, or rapping about women. It's nothing. That's all they could rap about. Is those four elements. Nothing positive. Either the bees, or either the bees or hoes. Bitches and tricks, but hoes and tricks. Nothing positive about the music industry. You could even just look at Diddy, for example, of how he was able to get away with stuff because of how wicked and corrupt the music industry is. So many gun violence happening due to the words of your favorite artist that is constantly promoting gun violence. And that's the reason why Takeoff is no longer here. Shout out to Takeoff. Today's supposed to be Takeoff's birthday, but he's not here to celebrate it because he was taken out due to gun violence. And a lot of people say that Quavo has something to do with the passing because he's the one that lost the dice game. He's the one that lost the dice game, not Quavo. Not Takeoff. Quavo lost the dice game, but Takeoff the one that got shot and killed. Quavo lost the dice game, but Takeoff the one that's got taken out, not Quavo, but Takeoff. That's why. And then he made a whole documentary about it. And then even people are saying to do the right thing, Quavo. Turn your stuff in, man. Turn your stuff in. I can't do this. I ain't gonna do this stuff. I ain't gonna do your man like that. Do the right thing, bro. Do the right thing. Turn your stuff in. Don't make it hard on yourself. Turn your stuff in.
You can look at his face and you can see the guilt. Look at that still image. Trying to get back.
Look at this.
He's using the death of Takeoff to cash in. Look at his face. You can see it right there. Still image. You can't make this up. Just look at the still image right there. He know what he did, man.
Shout out to Wickle TV.
He killed Takeoff, yeah.
Shout out to Wickle TV.
I'm telling you. Quavo Huncho is guilty. And it's sad that he got away with murder. And now he's putting out music now. Trying to get back into the game. Trying to put it all behind him now.
People like that is the reason why it's a gun violence, because all they want to do is rap about guns, drugs, money,
screenshot of that, man.
And women. It's the reason
that's
why
absolutely crazy right there. Hold on a second.
kids out here thinking that's the move.
I think I'm gonna have to use that as my thumbnail. I'm gonna have to replace my thumbnail with that one, man, because see, okay, so that's 88 to 20. The content creators with the same exact on his facial expression cover the type of evil that these men do. I've been calling it out for a long time. People been acting like they're not listening, like they're not paying attention. This man's hands is dirty. Very dirty. I'm gonna wind that back a little bit to the point where they ask that question. Let's see what he says.
Look what he would have to say.
Talking about my album, Rocket Power.
His album.
His album.
What does Rocket Power mean to you?
Rocket Power means a lot to me. It means everything to me.
His documentary.
Just like I'm just being fueled by my brother, Tate, and just just bottling in all these emotions, all the pain, all the hard times, all the times I cried, all the times I just made music and just to pull up and try to play songs and he not there. I'm just trying to get this fuel from above and this fuel from the sky and just call it rocket power.
You remember when I did
You
that
said rocket
live
power.
stream, and it was an interview with Takeoff, Quavo, and
Listen to this,
Quavo
y'all.
was like, "You're the rocket, and we need you to get to that next level." And I broke down the entire thing about the rocket, how they're using the rocket, because when you think of a shuttle that's in space, the rocket is what's going to get it into the atmosphere. And then once it gets to a certain point, the rocket breaks off. It's no longer needed. So it got to a point where Quavo said, "Look, I don't need Takeoff anymore. He got me to where I need to go. I'm at the destination I want to be in. I don't need to follow none of his orders, none of his instructions anymore."
Damn.
And this is why they took him out.
Dude's a piece of shit.
See, a lot of you don't believe that. A lot of you've been vouching for Quavo. Quavo is guilty, fam. He's responsible.
He's the reason why
Because if you
Takeoff
think
no
about
longer
it,
here.
on that night, on that
He
dreadful
was blood
night,
sacrificed by his own partner.
Takeoff
Quavo.
got gunned down. Quavo was right there. It says in the report that the gunman came back to the bowling alley,
He came back.
right where Quavo was. So why he didn't take out Quavo?
Right? He didn't take out Quavo. He took out
Come on
Takeoff.
now. It was a setup. They lured Takeoff to the location, and they did him dirty. And if you notice, mob ties, Prince family, everybody else that was involved, Migo bands, you don't hear nothing from these people. They're invisible. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that, ladies and gentlemen? Like, everybody's invisible. All the people that were there, you don't hear nothing about them. But he's dropping albums. After the blood sacrifice, now
Blood
the
sacrifice.
success. Are you paying attention in class?
Wow. It's a crazy world they're living in, where it's okay to just take somebody out of this world. That's the type of world we are living in under the leadership of Joe Biden. And if we don't get this person out of office, ladies and gentlemen, things is going to get a whole lot worse for all of us. People are losing their lives each and every day due to the hands of gun violence. It's exactly why people find themselves losing faith in humanity, because there's nobody you can trust. As you can see, you can't even trust your own partner. You can't even trust your own record label. You can't even trust your partner without worrying about him doing what he did, like Quavo did to Takeoff. It was the reason why it's been literally a year since Takeoff been gone. A year exactly since Takeoff been taken out, courtesy of Quavo. And I always thought that it was Offset that took out Takeoff and not Quavo. It's because he the one that left the group, because he thought that he was better than the group, so that's why he left Migos. And then the people that was still representing Migos was Quavo and Takeoff until that whole dice game incident happened. Cause like Rico Tiba says, Wishcon didn't lose the dice game. Quavo lost the dice game, but yet who got taken out? Not Quavo. It was Takeoff that got taken out, even though That even though Quavo was the one that lost the dice game. This is why it says no longer safe to be outside and to pay attention to your circle before you hurt you, because of that reason. That's the reason why Takeoff is no longer here. He didn't pay attention to his circle. And it cost him big time. Thanks to Quavo. And as far as the trial, the Young Thug trial, looks like that's another case with King Von, where he found himself trying to be a killer and a rapper at the same time. But then, because he's a rapper, he wants to feel like he needs to brag about the crimes that he did on his songs. It's the reason why he's in trial. It's the reason why he's been in jail for I don't know how long time. It's now decided. It is finally decided. And now, finally got to the trial. It's been I don't know how many months or years he's been sentenced, but they just now finally got to the trial. It says that Young Thug has spent more than a year in jail waiting for the trial and has to wait through nearly a year for jury section. Finally, after the 2022 indictment, so he's been like 2 years. So he's been in jail for 2 years, waiting for the judge, and they finally got one. That took place yesterday. Looks like a lot of pointing fingers going on around here. If you ask me, just like with the COVID, you see Dr. Fauci literally putting fingers as to who started the COVID. Oh, it wasn't me. It was the CDC that tell you to tell you guys to step 6 feet apart. It wasn't me. It was the CDC. It's just like what, and you're wondering why this country is doomed. We are dealing with people who don't even want to take accountability for the actions. It's all about the blame game. No, it wasn't me. It was the CDC. That. What's up, Sig? Thank you for joining me on the live stream. You're the real MVP. Hope you have slept like king last night and doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day. And don't forget to hit the like button for your boy. It's for the algorithm to let everybody know and YouTube know that you like this type of content. So we appreciate that. If you hit the like button for your boy, thank you very much. And for you joining me on this live stream, I'm going to take a hit for you for joining. Cheers, gang. It's like what because says, like you came in to be an artist. Cheers. You come in to be an artist. You come in here to make music. You're not coming here to You come here to make music and that's it. But instead, they want to brag about the criminal activities they did and put it in their songs. Not expect people to pay attention to it, and then turn around and snitch on yourself, and then turn around and tell everybody to stop snitching. But then turn around and put in your songs and literally brag about the crimes that you made. There you go. Look. Even the Breakfast Club has said it before about how rapper get long prison sentence for bragging about crimes in his music.
Nike's Earl Campbell. Now he's 20 years old, and he's the leader of the YNB Scratch Gang in South Dallas. Now listen, Scratch Gang, I don't want no smoke. Okay, I'm just giving your alleged leader the credit he deserves for being stupid. Don't be mad at me. He did it to himself. Now, he was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison on Wednesday after pleading guilty to distributing cocaine. Now, he was supposed to get 6 years, but a judge approved the prosecutor's request for an enhanced sentence because of Campbell's alleged gang activities. Now, the Dallas Morning News reports that he wasn't charged in an ambush robbery during which he allegedly shot a man 8 times as he slept, but District Judge Barbara Min told Campbell, who has no prior criminal convictions, that her decision to give him an extra 6 years relied heavily on words that came out of his mouth and provided a glimpse into his thinking process. Judge Min said, "You're bragging about shooting a person. It's violence times 10 at every phase." Now listen, if you are a suspect in several murders like Dallas police say Nana or Nah Nizzle is, then maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't rap about killing people. Now I know rappers like to say it's just art. We are just artists. Okay, artists shouldn't be censored. Let me tell you something. That's fine to say, and in theory you're correct, but the problem with most rappers, including Nah Nizzle, is that they all, say they live what they rap. Okay, Detective Eric Barnes said that Nah Nizzle is adamant that he raps about the stuff he lives. Detective Barnes said after they took Nah Nizzle off the streets, the YBN Scratch Gang string of violent crimes stopped immediately. Okay, I used to really enjoy when gangster rappers rapped about the stuff they actually did, but I don't like when rappers rap about the gangster stuff they are still currently doing, because you can't do both. Okay, if you're trying to do something legit and positive like rap, then you can't still be in the streets killing people, because the negative in your life will catch up to you. And Nah Nizzle sealed his fate with his own bragging about drive-by shootings and other gang violence. Now, he posted rantings and rap videos on YouTube and Facebook Live about his violent war with a rival gang. Would you like to hear what caused 20-year-old Nah Nizzle to get this jail time? Huh? Yes. Any takers?
I guess so.
Yeah, all right, let's hear it.
See? Rappers are known for bragging about the crimes they are committing and put it in their songs, and then they're wondering why they're find themselves getting years and years and years being locked up, like you see with Young Thug, because he feel like bragging about. He feel like not only do he feel like being a rapper and a gangster was a great idea, then make it worse that he feel like every time he commits a crime, he feel like he needs to brag about it in his songs. What makes it? What's it called? Them strides. He making like strides. Still, he like legit dry snitching on himself. That's a jet dry snitching. Because he literally like put stuff out there as what he did in songs, but then, like I said, they expect people to not pay attention to that, while at the same time, hey, look how many guns I got. Look how many women I got. Look how many people I killed. And then they're wondering, and they have the nerve to talk about some to stop snitching. They've been exposed to the rap game for a while. I know, right? There's a reason why people nowadays is looking down on hip hop. It's because it's now being looked at as some satanic stuff, especially involved with people like Diddy and all the stuff that he was able to get away with, and not to mention all the stuff that R. Kelly was able to get away with while he was touring, doing all this stuff with his situation. And not to mention this now they say that Aaliyah's death is a setup, and that Aaliyah didn't voluntarily go into the plane she was forced onto the plane. She was knocked out unconscious onto the plane, and that's how Aaliyah found herself onto the plane, and then the plane accident happened. Just like, and you wonder why we are dealing with a whole bunch of gun violence, and you wonder why we are dealing with a whole bunch of racism, and you wonder why we on the urge of World War III. It's all because of the person who you have in office, which is Joe Biden. Because of his policies that nobody agreed with, now everybody wants to go to war with the United States. And then on top of that, you're letting your mayor defund the police in favor of budget cuts. You even see Cardi B went off on the mayor from cutting up all the police and the schools and the libraries and the fire department.
I'm not. This is what I'm telling y'all. I'm not this year. Don't ask me. I don't give a the resume that they send. I don't give a I'm not endorsing no presidents no more. Cause how is there $100 million budget in New York City for schools, library, police safety, and sanitation? Yeah, Joe Biden's talking about like, yeah, we could fund 2 wars. We could fund 2 wars. We're talking about we don't got it, but we got it. Like, we're the greatest nation. No, we're not. I'm not. This is what I'm telling y'all. I'm not.
But yet Joe Biden is so concerned of Armageddon. But yet Joe Biden is so concerned of Armageddon, but yet he's the one that's funded 2 wars. What? How can you be concerned about World War III and Putin threatened World War III, and you the one that's funding these 2 wars, Joe Biden? Explain yourself. Joe Biden, Armageddon.
Joe Biden Armageddon.
9/11, President Joe Biden is delivering a stark warning tonight about the dangers of Russian President Vladimir Putin's nuclear threats. Speaking at a Democratic fundraiser, Biden says the risk of nuclear Armageddon is at the highest it's been since the Cuban Missile Crisis. His words come as Russia continues to face military setbacks in Ukraine. Last week, Putin announced the illegal annexation of 4 Ukrainian regions, saying he would use all available means to keep them. Despite Biden's warning, U.S. officials say they have not seen a change in Russia's nuclear posture. Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content. President Vladimir Putin's 9/11, President Joe Biden is delivering a stark warning tonight about the dangers of Russian President Vladimir Putin's nuclear threats. Speaking at a Democratic fundraiser, Biden says the risk of nuclear Armageddon is at the highest it's been since the Cuban Missile Crisis. His words come as Russia continues to face military setbacks in Ukraine. Last week, Putin announced the illegal annexation of 4 Ukrainian regions, saying he would use all available means to keep them. Despite Biden's warning, U.S. officials say they have not seen a change in Russia's nuclear posture. Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great AB.
And now they're talking about bringing back the draft. So if you're between the age of 18 and 24, they're going to randomly draft you into the war that's going to involve nuclear weapons and Armageddon. This is exactly why we need to get these people out of office before the world ends up just like what happened in a movie called Terminator Judgment Day. If you have seen the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day, it's with the scene of where Sarah Connors was just at the playground just minding her business, and then all of a sudden, boom! they get hit with a nuclear bomb. And this what's going to happen. We all just going to be just chilling, mind our business. Do. Next thing you know, boom! Out of nowhere, you get hit with a nuclear bomb. Is this what's going to happen? Since they're already issued a warning for an Armageddon. This is why the world is doomed, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly why everybody wants Joe Biden out of office. Because ever since Joe Biden became into office, hell absolutely has breaking loose onto the world. Hell absolutely breaking loose onto the world because of Joe Biden. This is just crazy. Oh, sorry, I got to charge my phone. But I'm gonna let you guys go before my phone dies. So thank y'all for joining me on this live stream. Y'all the real MVP. Make sure you hit the like button on the live stream for your boy if you haven't done so already, and make sure you leave a comment section down below. Let me guys know what you think about today's topic, and also share this video with your friends and family so they too know that the People Champ 1983 goes live on a daily basis between 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 1 o'clock p.m. West Coast. That's 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 1 o'clock West Coast. And don't forget to hit the notification bell and hit it on all so you won't miss any of my up-and-coming live streams and videos like this. And this is People Champ 1983, and I am signing out. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all take care of yourself, and also stay hydrated during the hot summer days. Stay hydrated. Cheers, gang. Y'all have a blessed one.